Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Watches TV, where I watch all the television shows, and then I come over here and I react to them, and then we have a conversation about it. So, if you like to watch TV, any TV, I cover all the Apple shows, the Netflix shows, the limited series, all the true crime, all the reality shows. I'm catching up on reality shows right now, so if you love all that, I will be reacting to the new season of Traitors. If you love all that, then come over here and hang out with me and subscribe to my channel and we'll hang out and talk TV. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so I have been gone for a week because we went to Mexico on vacation and I just took the week off from filming over here, but I did watch some television shows while I was gone. I got caught up on some shows that I've been meaning to get caught up on. I finished Stay Close, the Harlan Coben show. I am watching all the Harlan Coben shows. I think I have 2.5 left because I started The Woods last night and I only have 3 episodes left. So once I get done with all the Harlan Coben shows on Netflix, I'm going to rank them in order of what I thought were like the best to worst. So I'm not covering each of those individually. I also watched The Breakthrough, which is on the top 10 right now on Netflix. Loved it. I will be covering that over here as well. I've got a ton of shows on I've got the new Severance coming out, Traitors. I've got Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the Reunion, Beverly Hills, New York is finishing up. I mean, I've got so many things to talk about over here. So I've got tons of videos to make. But yeah, I took a little bit of a break over here, so it feels good to be back. Now, let me tell you what my plan was. My plan was, we got back Friday night, okay? So my plan was that Saturday night, I was going to watch Sister Wives from the week that we were gone, and then on Sunday, I was going to cover that episode of Sister Wives, which is the one that I'm covering today. And then Sunday night, I was going to watch the new episode of Sister Wives and then cover it today. But I fell asleep really early Saturday night, slept like 12 hours, which never happens to me. And so I am now behind an episode because last night my plan was to watch both of the episodes back to back, and then I was going to do either combine it into a real, I mean, my Sister Wives videos go so long, so I was either going to combine it into one really, really long video, or I was going to do 2 separate videos and post them both today. I thought I got through the first episode catching up, which was basically, this is the one I'm going to respond to today. Some funny things came out of it, but it was basically yet again, Christine and David getting married, because we already saw the special, and the whole season's been about that, but I guess we needed to see them get married again. So anyway, I got done with it, and I was like, I can't do another episode. I can't. I have to finish a Harlan Coben show. I cannot do another episode of Sister Wives right now. I just can't, okay? I'm so over it. I wish something would happen on this show. I'm so bored. I mean, they are putting so much filler into this show now. I mean, they spent 5 minutes, okay, with Peyton shaving his face outside of the wedding. And then 25 minutes of Kody and Robyn, you know, taking down a tree in the woods. But we'll get to that in just a second. I mean, they are doing so much filler on this show. And it's interesting because a lot of, like, the threads online, the gossip blogs and things like that are talking about, like, will Sister Wives ever catch up to real time? Well, the problem that they don't ever catch up to real time is because they do so much filler or bullshit that nobody cares about, okay? And that's the reality. That's why they will never catch up. Interestingly enough, though, I cannot find, if anybody knows, I mean, I've Googled the hell out of it. I cannot find anywhere online how many episodes this season's going to be. Originally, I thought it was 24. Now they're saying 26 episodes. Or when the finale is. I have no idea. Like, I mean, I Google searched it the other night while I was vlogging. I cannot find it anywhere. Then it came out that Christine and David weren't going to be on the next season. If there was a next season, everybody was saying it was canceled. Now they're coming out and they're doing like this little thing. Like, Christine and David are like, should we be on the next season? Should we not be on the next season? People are saying that they've already seen Mary being filmed in Parowan, Utah for next season. So next season is already under wraps of filming. It's interesting because I really thought next season would be the last one. I was like, they'll just kind of wrap it up. Like, let's, you know, the smart thing to do would have been to end it like 5 seasons ago. I think we all know that, right? But like the really smart thing to do would be like end it on 20 seasons and be like, okay, we're done. We're going to go out. And the whole season could be them just reminiscing about the past, which is basically what every episode and every season of Sister Wives is anyway, right? So that wouldn't be like a reach for them, and they could just end it on season 20 and just go out. I mean, 20 seasons is a lot of seasons for a television show. I'm starting to think now, though, because viewership is still pretty good for Sister Wives, interestingly enough. I'm kind of wondering, like, if they're just going to drag this out until the ratings are so bad they're forced to close it down. Like, there might be a 21st and a 22nd season. You know, Christine and David will probably get out at some point. It's just, I don't really understand how the show works anymore. You've got Kody and Robyn in Flagstaff. okay? You've got Mary in Parowan. You've got Christine and David in Utah, Salt Lake City area. I think that's where they're at. And then you've got Janelle, what is she, in North Carolina or something like that, with Maddie and Caleb on that farm. And so, and I don't know exact cities, so the only one I know is Parowan. So anyway, in Flagstaff. But like, how do you keep a television show going like that, especially when most of the kids don't even want to be on the show anymore? I was kind of surprised in this episode that Maddie was in there. Maddie's, I mean, she's made it pretty clear she don't want to be on the show anymore, you know? Logan's not on the show. I mean, none of the kids are really on the show anymore. So, I mean, Christine, it's interesting because Christine's kids are really the only ones that are on the show, and she's the one that's saying she doesn't want to be on the show anymore. So, I don't know how you keep it going. I mean, the thing is that a lot of people are saying that they stay on the show for the money, but the reality is they don't make that much. I don't know if you guys know, but they don't make tons of money off this show. They just don't. When you look and see how much they've made off this show for years, it's not comparable to other realities. It's definitely not comparable to like the Housewives and stuff like that. So to keep it up at this point when they've moved on, like I understand like Mary, you know, as a single woman wanting it, or Janelle with her farm and things like that. Kody and Robyn, I don't know that they have any other forms of income. So, I mean, maybe. But it just seems to me like, at this point, why are we continuing to drag this out, you know? Which is why I didn't watch 2 episodes. I could only watch 1. I mean, if something exciting would happen, you know, or something interesting would happen, or they have interesting conversations, then I would get more excited about, you know, watching it. But I'm just, at this point, it's so much just of this. I mean, Mary is constantly talking about the divorce. And, you know, she said, I'm a year out on this episode. And I'm like, you're a year out from a divorce, but you're literally like 10 years out from being by yourself. So you've basically been separated for 10 years. And you're still talking about it like you guys just like were making love last week. It's like, it's so bizarre to me. But anyway, okay, so let's get into it. So when it starts at Christine's wedding venue, and she says she's getting married today. I'm getting married. I was like, girl, you got married 15 years ago. This has been going on for 2 seasons now. And she says that her favorite thing, and I'm like, what's your favorite thing, girl? What's your favorite thing, girl? Holidays together with the family, making food. What's your favorite thing, girl? Shopping, having engagement. What's your favorite thing? Christine has said if you go back and watch it, she has said so many things are her favorite thing. Well, now her favorite thing is getting ready with people. Well, when you have 42 kids and 3 extra wives, you have to probably get ready with people sometimes, right? And then she explains how she's getting ready with the women and David's getting ready with the men. And now she won't see him again, okay, until she's at the altar. So she's getting ready with Christine explains everything in this fucking wedding like she's the first person that ever got married, okay? I mean, it's kind of bizarre to me. I don't know if she's never watched a TV show or heard a song or read a cartoon or I don't seen a movie, but Christine, other people have gotten married, okay? And it's pretty typical, it's pretty on brand for a wedding that the bride gets ready with her bridesmaids and the women and that she doesn't see the groom until the altar. It's pretty on brand that the groom gets ready with the groomsmen and the other men and that he doesn't see the bride. That's pretty on brand, but thank you, Christine. I don't know what I would have done if Christine did not educate me on how a wedding works, okay? In fact, I've been married before. I've been married for 13 years, okay? I had a wedding in Las Vegas, and it was very similar to that. It was very similar. I got ready with my friends and my cousin, you know, who is my best person, and my husband got, you know, ready with his friends and his, you know, mom, and my dad was with me. That's how we didn't see each other, you know, until then. So that's kind of very on brand, Christine, for a wedding. But thank you. Christine goes through everything. When she's explaining this wedding shit, it's like she's the first person that, everything that Christine explains, it's like, girl, it's not like you were living in a cave, okay? You lived in Las Vegas. You lived in Flagstaff. You've lived some places, okay? Do you have a television? Because you have a reality show. You might want to turn it on and see how the rest of the world lives. Then you might realize that you're not the only person that's got married before, Christine, okay? And then it goes on, and then Janelle is there, and she says that Christine always wanted this fairy tale. Yes, I'm fully aware of that fact that Christine always wanted this fairy tale. Christine's told us that she always wanted the fairy tale. She wants the engagement parties. She wants the bachelorette showers and the bridal showers, or what the fuck ever you call them. She wants all of it. She wants all of it. We get it, okay? We've watched it now. What episode is this? 17? We've watched it for 17 episodes! And 2 specials before this season even started. We get it. She wants the fairy tale. She got the fairy tale. It was the perfect day. Kody and Robyn weren't invited. Why the fuck would they? Or why are we even having that conversation? Whew. Okay. Speaking of which, then it goes to Robyn, and Robyn talks about not being invited and says that they're outcasts. No, sweetheart, you're not invited because that's Kody's ex-wife, okay? What ex-wife is coming to a wet... I am sure when I say this, there will be one person out there that says, well, I went to my ex's wedding. Okay, when people part amicably and I don't know, like your husband comes out and he's gay and he gets married to a man or something. I don't know, okay? Maybe there's weird circumstances. I do know people that break up and they're friends and they've gone to people's weddings. Not for me, okay? When I break up with somebody, baby, we're done. I don't need to follow you on social media. I don't need to know what's going on with your life, okay? Like, that's just who I am as a person. I don't need to know if who you're tongue kissing and Christine's tongue kissing everybody. That's just how I live my life, okay? So I don't know why you would invite your ex, but first of all, Kody and Christine had a pretty nasty breakup, okay? It wasn't like it was amicable and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yes, they've been amicable since then, but why would they invite, you know, she's close with Janelle as a friend, not just as a sister wife, so that makes sense to me. But why, I mean, you never, like, really got along with Mary. Mary totally understands why you wouldn't invite her. Why would Robyn acts like, oh, we're not invited because we're outcasts? No, you're not invited because you are the monogamous wife of Kody Brown, which is what you wanted. And that's fine, girl, okay? But don't be acting like you're not invited to the wedding because you're outcast. You're not invited to the wedding because you're married to her ex-husband, okay? And that's fucking weird, girl. That's what it is. It's fucking weird that they would invite you. No, they're not going to invite you. Just because Kody wants to do a dance mob off in the cul-de-sac, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'd be dancing with the groom, and that wouldn't be... It's just so weird. These people are weird. They're weird. They're like, speaking of weddings... They're the people that you get sat-ass next to at a wedding, and you're like, God, how did I get sat next to these people? Can we figure out a way to leave early before the cake is even cut? Because these people are weirdos. Can you imagine having to sit next to Robyn and Kody Brown at a wedding? Oh my God. Kill a beast. Anyway, she says the family environment is just not the same. Girl, it hasn't been the same, Robyn, okay? Since the lockdown. And that was your doing, okay? That was you and your husband's doing. Those were decisions that you made. I love now that they're showing, like, how much control Robyn really does have and how much she talks back to Kody. Because then what we know is that that's been going on for a long time, right? Okay. Robyn says she was hurt at first when she found out that Kristen was getting married, but now she just hopes that she was happy. Why were you hurt, girl? What, you weren't married to her, okay? Or were you? What's going on there? Why were you hurt? They're divorced, okay? Coyote Pass is done. It's done. Next week they sell it, okay? It's been sold for 2 years. Anyway, then Kody talks about how everyone will be there except he and Robyn and the kids, their kids, okay? And that he would have wanted to have a dance-off with the groom and that wouldn't have been cool for him to do that. No, Kody, it wouldn't have been cool. It wouldn't have been cool for you to even go to the wedding, okay? Even if they had been kind enough for you to invite you, it would have been appropriate for you to say, I really appreciate Christine, Dave, and David, you inviting us to include us. I don't think it's appropriate for us to show up, okay? That would have been the decent thing to do. But you're so fucking weird that your focus is on having a dance-off with the groom. That's where your mind goes with it. Dude, you're weird, okay? Then he says, it's weird to see how, no, this is my comment. It's weird to see how the three wives, okay, being Christine, Janelle, and Mary, have all completely moved on. But, like, Robyn and Kody are still stuck. I mean, Robyn's still like, oh, and I guess Janelle's gone, kind of. Girl, she's gone. She bought a fucking farm with her daughter, okay? What are you talking about? Like, she's gone. They're talking about, even if she hadn't bought the farm yet, okay? They're talking about buying land in Wyoming and Montana and who knows where, okay? Janelle is done. Mary is done. Christine is married to some other dude at this point. What are you talking about? It's so weird how they are just, like, so stuck in time. Like, she's like, oh, I just guess Mary's never going to make pajamas for... No, girl! Mary says in this episode she put up a Christmas tree and nobody saw it. You want to cry a river, Robyn, about how much you love Mary. You never drove the 10 miles to even go visit her. Ever. Ever. Mary has said that. So Mary was sitting over at a house by herself, playing family, with no family whatsoever, and you were sitting over there playing house with Kody and your kids, not ever checking in on Mary, and then wanting to cry a river when she moves back to Parowan. Good for fucking Mary for going back to Parowan. She should have. Anyway, now we're back at Kody's house, and he wants to cut down this tree because it's blocking their view. Did y'all catch this? I'm like, is this all just for production? Because there's like, I'm counting 30 trees that are blocking the view, okay? He's like, this one tree. I'm like, oh, that one tree. Here's the trees, okay? Which one? This one or this one? Which tree, girl? Because they're all blocking the view. Are you going to cut down all 20 trees? Then he goes and he goes, I think in my lifetime I've probably taken down 1,000 trees. Really, Kody Brown? Really? Are you the tree taker downer? I mean, it's just so weird to me. Like, this kind of shit is like season 2 of The Sister Wives, when I kind of ate it up, and I was kind of like, I remember like they were cleaning out the yard. Do you remember that? I don't know why, I just remember that. And Janelle's like raking and all the kids are out there. And Cody's like, yeah, a good Saturday for us is cleaning out the yard. And all the kids look bitter as shit, you know? And then Robyn comes up in her True Religion jeans and her affliction shirt. And she's like, hey, I'm here. And then Cody's like, hey. And like Janelle's like raking the ground like, there's that bitch showing up here. She's taking over. But you got the TV show. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's like, yeah, I'm taking that. What is it? What is this nonsense? Why don't they just stick Robyn and Kody on a couch and just drill them with questions? Because that's what we want. I could give a rat's ass to see Kody Brown taking down a tree. I could care less about that. Okay? So then they're taking down this tree. Whatever. I put on here, did they just make this shit up for production? That's what I put on, that's in my notes. He said he's excited for Christine. He hopes they're happy, and he hopes the day will come where they're comfortable around each other. Who's comfortable around Robyn Brown, okay? I mean, who is comfortable around Robyn Brown? She makes everybody feel uncomfortable, okay? Everybody. So that day ain't never coming. Robyn says Kody is cutting down a lot of trees. This is so weird to me, this whole scene. It's like, why didn't you just do one whole episode? Because you had to include the wives so they got paid. Why didn't you just give the whole episode to Christine? She already got 2-part special, okay? Mary should have a 2-part special over redoing her B&B, and Janelle should have a 2-part special over the finances or something, okay? And then we should just have a 2-part special of Robyn crying on the couch. I would live for that, actually, okay? I would live for that. Talk about a perfect Christmas. Then she talks about how Cody's been cutting down a lot of trees, and he dropped one on the house, and they had roof damage. I'm like, she's talking a lot of shit about Kody. Have you noticed that recently? Robyn's starting to talk a lot of shit about Kody. Then he's cutting it down. The tree gets stuck on another tree because he's a complete idiot. He has no idea what he's doing taking this tree down. And he throws down his helmet. He's like, gosh darn it! Have you guys seen this guy? Okay, what is this guy's name? I need to give him a shout out. Hold on a second. He is so funny. He's the one that does... Hold on a second. He just pulled up. Here it is. Matt. His Instagram is Tom Hearn. Okay. And his Instagram is that Tom Hearn. Hearn. I'd seen him like years ago when he did the woman with the wine glass. But now he does like Kody and Robyn Brown. You guys, he is hilarious. I will link him below. He is absolutely fucking hilarious. He nails Kody and Robyn Brown. He did this one the other day. Here it is right here. Let me see if I can... Wasted! He does his Kody and Robyn Brown thing. I mean, it cracks the shit up. He is so funny. Tom Hearn, Hearn. I will link him below on Instagram. You guys go follow him. He is so funny. Okay, let's get back into my notes then. So then the tree gets stuck on the other tree, and Robyn's like, I hope it doesn't hurt us and fall on my eyebrows. And then Cody's like, damn it, this tree, can't we have nice things? Knife in the kidney. He's going off again. And he keeps on talking about how he's scared of this tree. And he's like, but what I have to do is, now that the tree is down, I got to cut out chunks of the tree. So the tree, it's like he acts like he knows what he's doing. He talks about taking down a tree. I would love to know somebody that is like a professional like tree pruner or tree whatever person takes trees down watching this scene. Kody Brown is so obvious he has not a fuck clue what he's doing on taking down this tree, okay? And so then it goes this whole thing, and then he's talking about how he's scared. He's about taking this tree. He goes, I don't know if it's my divorces or the kids or I'm being a monogamous, but I'm scared to take this tree down. I'm like, what just happened? I'm confused. Your divorce is affecting you taking down this tree? Like, I'm confused. Can somebody explain that to me? I mean, how does a divorce affect you taking down the tree? Okay, I'm confusion about this, okay? And anyway, I mean, they just look like total idiots in this whole scene. I'm like, why are we even including this in here? Okay, then we're back at them getting ready for the wedding. Maddie's crying. She's talking about how much she loves David and his family. Because she doesn't love her own dad. That's obvious, because Cody's treated Maddie like shit. And Maddie's one of the ones, besides Gabriel. I mean, I feel bad for all the kids, but, like, Gabriel breaks my heart in attempting to have a relationship with his dad in the past seasons. And Maddie really breaks my heart, too. I mean, even when she was, like, yearning for a relationship with Kody, back in the day when she was, like, in high school and stuff, he wouldn't even give it to her. And so now that he wants to act like he wants this relationship with her, I mean, I'm sure it would be so hard being these kids and going back and seeing how he treats Robyn's kids and his kids with Robyn now compared to how he treated them as, I mean, it would be so hard to go back and watch that. Have your relationship with your parent played out on television. You can see it in real time. Like, that would be painful. So it's Maddie and Hunter, and they're sitting next to each other. Hunter hasn't been on it for a long time, and he says it's hard and sad to see the past, but it's exciting to see what's next. And then Christine says it's her first legal marriage. We're fully aware of that, unless you're hiding 5 husbands that we don't know about. Oh my God, is Christine going to star in the Evelyn Hugo and 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? Oh my God, I didn't know. Does she have 7 husbands that we're not aware of? Oh wait, David, Cody, but she wasn't legally married to Cody, but it was a spiritual marriage, okay? And she explained that to us now a million times. But that wasn't a fairy tale, that was a nightmare, okay? Anyway, so she's excited about everything because this is her first legal marriage, as she should be, okay? She should be totally excited about everything, but we didn't need to see 17 episodes of it, plus 2 specials, okay? I didn't. I don't know about you. Maybe you did. I didn't, okay? I didn't need to see all that. And she says there will only be one David that will love her the way that he loves her. And that she'll be the only one David will love. And then they talk about plural marriage and that there's no security in plural marriage. And she says with David, there's security because she'll be the only one that he has ever loved. And I'm like, well, not necessarily, okay? Because there's a lot of married men and married women out there that have side pieces, okay? I don't wish that on Christine. I wish her and David everlasting love forever and ever, amen. I do, but there's a lot of people out there that have side pieces. I'm just saying, okay? Just because you're not, I mean, in plural marriage, you kind of know who your side piece is, okay? In regular marriage, you might not. You know what I mean? You might, I mean, your husband's side piece might be Sheila up the street. It might even be your best friend. I've heard that happens in some cases. It's so sad, isn't it? Anyway, okay. Then it goes into this whole thing, and Mary and Janelle are talking about being the wife in a plural marriage, and that's really kind of up to you to feel secure or not, right? Then Cody says that he saw the invitation at his sister's house. So I thought that was interesting that Christine invited his sister. That was kind of weird to me. And he goes on, and Robyn says that he keeps on going on and on and on. Robyn stops and she's like, we just want them to be happy, right? We just want them to be happy. This is where you can see that Robyn has total control over Cody, okay? Robyn said it's been really, really hard for Cody. Through the divorces, the wives, the kids, all of it. It's been so hard for him. And it's just been really, really hard for Cody, okay? Well, I'm sorry that in the 17th or 19th season it's hard for him. It's been hard for everybody else for the past 18 seasons. Especially how he treated his wives and his kids, you know? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, he just seems so unhappy. Cody this season seems so unhappy. You wanted to be with Robyn all alone. Now you finally got Robyn all alone, and you're asking her, do you want to be a monogamous with me? I think the question you should ask yourself, Cody, is, do you want to be a monogamous with Robyn? Because you don't seem happy with Robyn all alone. You know, when you have the other 3 wives, right? It's like, okay, have you ever had the friend that's like in this marriage and then they have an affair and the affair is real exciting and stuff, and then they leave their partner or their husband or wife for the affair, and then after like they leave, it's like the affair isn't exciting anymore? Okay, that's exactly what's going on here, right? Like Robyn was kind of like the side piece that he was excited about, but with the other 3 wives and the kids, like without them there, and they've moved on and they have their own lives, now he's stuck with Robyn. And what he's realizing is that Robyn and her daughter Shailene and Raylene and Chiffon, that it's like basically he's just stuck in a Rue 21 and Orion's Buffet every single day in 1989, and his life is rather boring, so we might as well cut down a bunch of fucking trees, okay? I mean, that is literally, he's like, this is my life for the rest of my life, okay? Which is why we saw him talking about wanting possibly more kids, okay? Which, if that's going to happen, he's going to have to get another wife. Which that could make for a 21st season. So anyway, but he ain't going to get another wife. He said he's done with wives. But he just seems really, really unhappy to me. And he said he needs a lot of attention. He said he'll always be there for his children, but he won't cut off Robyn to have a relationship with his children. He hasn't been there for his children. I think we've seen evidence of that. He hasn't been there for his children at all. Now we're back at the wedding, and Christine's in her dress, and Janelle says that David loves her in all the ways. What are all the ways, Janelle? Janelle, could you write down all the ways that David loves Christine? Maybe that could be the special after this season. All the ways that David... When they got married and they kissed at the altar and she took his head and she went, I was like, gag a maggot. I know it's your wedding, okay? And you want to kiss your husband. We've seen you kissing him for 18 episodes now. But girl, seriously, like, I mean, and then the lap dance. I mean, it was too much. It was too much. Anyway, so I want to know what all the ways are that David loves her, though, okay? Then Peyton walks Christine down the aisle to her father, and then her father walks the rest away. It was a very sweet moment. The wedding was beautiful. I mean, it really was. It reminded me of a wedding that I had seen before. It actually, I mean, the along the river and the reception and, I mean, everything. When I kept on watching it, I kept on thinking to myself, I feel like this is a wedding I've been to before. Like, it is so beautiful. It really, I mean, it really was a beautiful wedding. And I just was like, I feel like I had been to this wedding before. I saw the 2-part fucking special. I have been to this wedding before. Anyway. My favorite part was when Truly walked up and gave Christine a hug and said, "You deserve the best," or something like that. It was so sweet. I love Truly so much. Truly is such a cool kid. I think she is such a cool kid. To make it out of this mess and be as cool and independent as she is, I love that. And she was a ring bearer. And they got married, and then Christine's like, we made out for a little bit, and David's like, she's one heck of a kisser, good kisser. I'm like, yeah, I know, we've seen evidence of that. Now we're at Mary's house, and she's decorating for Halloween, and she still has flowers from the commitment ceremony from 15 years ago. You got rid of the poster that had the rules on it, the rules of polygamy, but you got remember that was 4 episodes or 10 episodes of that season, okay, of coming up with those rules that we're going to put on poster board and frame. Do you remember that bullshit? That 2 o'clock in the morning school project? We got to have a commitment ceremony around these fucking rules that tie our family together, and then nobody even took those rules to the next house when we moved to Flagstaff. That was a joke, okay? But Mary still got the flowers. Is Mary a hoarder? Is she going to be on Hoarders? Is that her spinoff show? She couldn't get rid of that huge bouquet of flowers. Now, I remember the cake that they got. It was made into a tree. Do you remember that? I've seen more cake tastings on Sister Wives than I've seen on Say Yes to the Dress, okay? I have seen more cake tastings. I mean, I'm so tired of cake tastings on Sister Wives. But anyway, she still got the flower arrangement from that commitment ceremony. Girl, if you had pulled out McKelty's black top hat, I would have died laughing. Girl, I would have died. I would have lived if Mary would have pulled out that. I wish McKelty would have worn that black hat to Christine's wedding. I wish she would have. I wish she would have brought that shit out, right? And I'm like, girl, why do you have these flowers from the commitment ceremony, okay? I love that her, like, gay decorator, he's got the t-shirt on that says pumpkin spice everything. That's so me. That is so me. Anyway, she's talking about how they decorated for every holiday, and Christine's like, she decorated every holiday, and Janelle's like, she decorated every holiday. I'm like, you guys better get your minutes in the show while you can, right? And then she said she decorated for Christmas at Flagstaff, but no one saw it, so after that, it stopped. She stopped doing it. That made me so sad. That made me so sad for Mary. I was like, you decorated a house, and this was like, not just during lockdown. I mean, like, I don't know, it just broke my heart when she said that. Robyn says that after Flagstaff, the older kids and the moms just didn't want to do the holidays anymore. I'm like, okay, girl, that's not really how it went. This is going to stop in a second. Hold on. I'm like, girl, that is not really how it went. First of all, your husband came up with insane rules during the lockdown, okay? That you are the only loyal, eat, sleep, pray, and obey, okay? Keep sweet, pray, and obey. You're the only, eat, sleep, pray, and obey. You're the only one that was willing to obey his rules because they were really your rules, okay? Which meant he didn't even see Janelle and his kids, with Janelle's kids, for like 9 months, okay? Didn't see anybody else. So it wasn't that the moms and the kids didn't care about holidays anymore. It was that he was only doing holidays with you and your kids. Okay, let's not rewrite fucking history, Robyn Brown, all right? You got what you got, okay? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. You wanted Cody to yourself, and now you got him to yourself. Now that you got him to yourself, you say you didn't want him, right? Or did you not? I mean, I think I said this in previous, like, videos that I made. I don't believe that she wanted to be the only wife, right? I think she wanted to be the favorite wife. That's different, okay? Now she's the only wife, and she's like, I didn't fucking settle for this. This is too much. But then you should have told him that he should have been going and staying in other people's houses. Now it comes out that she was telling him, oh, you need to go sleep at Christine's couch and do all this kind of stuff. You weren't pushing him hard enough. You weren't pushing him hard enough. You can yell and scream at him about a tree in your backyard, but you can't force the man to go see his own fucking kids. Okay? I mean, I think that's kind of some, like, boundaries in the sand kind of stuff. That you're like, if you're not going to go see your kids, then listen, we need to maybe be in marriage counseling. Because I don't respect somebody that's not going to have relationships with their kids. So, yeah, you are standing in the way of your husband having relationships with his kids. You absolutely are, Robyn. Okay? So anyway, but of course, in Robyn and Kody's eyes, it's always the other three wives. They're gossiping. They don't want to do holidays anymore. Hell, Mary was still making pajamas up until like 3 years ago. Just nobody was wanting to have Christmas with her at all. Mary did Christmases alone for years. Then they asked Mary about Christine's wedding. She says Christine doesn't want a relationship with her and she respects that, but she just wants her to be happy, you know? I think it's interesting, like, the gossip threads, the blogs, these gals get on their things and they talk about their relationships. But, like, why do we have to take it to, like, the blogs, to the gossip threads? Why do we have to take it to, like, Mary selling her LuLaRoe bullshit for her to talk about a relationship with Christine? Why don't they talk about it on the show? Why doesn't Christine say, I fucking hate Mary and this is why? Why is Christine, you know, not say, this is why are those the things? Why are we showing 18 episodes of Christine's wedding instead of putting them all on a fucking couch, okay? And saying, this is what I want. This is why I don't like Mary, okay? I mean, the kids have come out and made all these allegations about Mary. Why is that not in the show, all right? Why are all these rumors that are going on about Robyn this? Why don't we have the people on a couch together confronting each other? Why don't we have Janelle saying to Kody and Robyn, you didn't come over to my house for 9 months. Now you want to cry a river and act like we didn't want anything to do with your family when you wouldn't come over for 9 months because of these insane rules that nobody in the world was following? You're the one that broke down this family. Why aren't we having this on the show? They want to know why this show is not lasting. This is the reason why, okay? Because the producers will not pit these people against each other. So we got Janelle on a couch in North Carolina. We got Christine sitting on a couch, tongue-kissing David. We got Mary in Parowan. We got Kody cutting down trees, and none of it fucking makes sense. None of it, okay? And this is why the show won't last. If I were the producer, I'd say you're all coming together and we ain't doing this reunion anymore where you're sitting different places and we piece it all together. You're going to sit in one fucking room. It is so bizarre to me. I have never in my life watched a reality show, whether it's Vanderpump Rules, The Housewives, Below Deck, any show that they don't get along with, that they let them be at the reunion and not speak to each other. Okay, I think it is so fucking weird, and they are so protective of these people, and they have made their money, okay, and paid their bills off of us investing their time. I want them fucking sitting on a couch, addressing each other and addressing their issues with each other. That's what I want, okay? That's what I want. And then Robyn says, when someone gets married, that's definitely it. I'm like, oh, God! Were you holding out to the 11th hour that Christine and David were going to build on Coyote Pass? You are delusional, Robyn Brown. Delusional, okay? And then she says it's total closure. I'm like, girl, seriously? Take your college daughters to kindergarten, okay? Like, seriously, girl. Escort them to kindergarten at the Sunday school at church, girl. Okay, you are delusional. And then she says she just wants Christine to be happy. And Kody says he has FOMO. No, Robyn, you don't want Christine to be happy. You are bitter and miserable is what you are, okay? And you're a liar. I would rather you get on camera and say, I'm pissed as hell that Christine left. And now I'm the one that's stuck with Kody, okay? And Kody has got FOMO because he can't even go to his ex-wife's fucking wedding and have a dance-off with her new husband. And I gotta sit here and fucking listen to it. I'm pissed as hell at Christine. That's the reality television that I want. Not in this bullshit where they all say they're happy for Christine. They're not happy for her. Janelle's the only one that's happy for. It's all the rest of his bullshit. Then Christine does this lap dance after. I don't know that I thought it was weirder that Christine did a lap dance for David. I didn't think that was weird. I thought it was weirder that this guy that David was friends with, that he considered a son, did a lap dance for David. I thought that was weirder, okay, than his own wife doing a lap dance on him. But they're all acting like Christine doing a lap dance on him was so weird. And then she said she drank too much, you know. Out with the husband, we're drinking. Do you remember when they sat in that bar and they all tasted beer and Robyn's like, I'm not going to do it. Now it's like, Christine's out. I mean, like, she is at Cocktail Cove, baby, okay? She is putting down Trulies, and not her daughter. She's putting down Trulies in Cocktail Cove. She's like, you know, I want to rock and roll all night. David, crack me another Bud Light. You know, she is going off over there. Anyway, she says it was the perfect day. It was a totally perfect day. Oh my God, it was the perfect day. If you've never gotten married before, you wouldn't know, but it's a totally perfect day. It's the perfect day. We're having a perfect life. I have the perfect husband. Christine talks about leaving Kody and how scared she was. This part was actually really sweet. And that she like stood on the patio and she was like, I hope for my kids the best. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen, you know, whatever. And that all of her hopes came true, basically, is what she says, and that she didn't never realize that she would find the love of her life. And it was the most complete, was the most complete feeling she's ever felt in her entire life. And with that, I hope that, do we have to see a two-part, we do a two-part episode of her honeymoon at the end of this episode? Oh my God. They should just go to the Taco Bell and rent a booth and tongue kiss for 16 hours. Okay, that's what they should do for a honeymoon. Save your money. Okay, if they put a two-part episode at the end of the season of Christine and David's honeymoon, I mean, I'll watch it to cover it over here, but I can't, y'all. I can't do it. Anyway, let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to watch this week, or last week's episode. Tonight, I'm going to watch this week's episode, and I will cover it tomorrow over here. So I'll be back over here tomorrow with more Sister Wives. I love you guys, and I will see you then. Bye.